When you get into a lobby and lock in a champion, you are committing yourself to playing with that champion for the duration of the game, no matter what the result of the game may be. This fundamental aspect of the MOBA genre is core to so many other aspects of the game. It has a huge influence over how people learn the game and develop their skills when they're playing the game one champion at a time. It forces players to commit to learning the intricacies of their chosen champion, and can be the cause of so much frustration when a person is locked into a game with a champion that they end up not even enjoying. With all this in mind, I want to discuss what I believe makes a champion fun in the first place, what draws them in, what keeps them with the champion, and how their personal preferences will influence how much they enjoy playing them being the player base. The first aspect of what entices people into a character is, in my opinion, their design. Perhaps it invokes a feeling of familiarity or relatability with a cultural aspect that resonates with you. Hence why so many anime fans like me are drawn to Yasuo, and why garbage people pick Aatrox. What evolves a character's visual design from an initial impression to something that perpetuates your enjoyment of a character is the personality and visual flair. The combination of particle effects, voice lines, sound design, and character animation does so much for making a character satisfying to play. When you get a free man knock up, press R, and slash your opponents while shouting some fake anime catchphrase, it feels incredibly gratifying and is a great way to get you as a player hyped up to play the champion, even if you do die immediately because you entered 1v4. The second aspect is the mechanics. League of Legends is a fundamentally competitive game, even though a great deal of its fanbase, myself included, play the game with a focus on entertaining ourselves and others. The competitive nature of any game will always result in people fixating on how they can get any sort of advantage over an opponent. As a result, people will pour hours upon hours into any given champion in order to learn the ins and outs of their kit, and any combos that they believe will give them an edge over their opponent. As living beings, we are competitive by nature. Our brains have been hardwired with a desire to overcome any obstacle in our way, as a way to perpetuate our own survival. And that part of our lizard brain is brought out when we beat our opponents, even in League. The rush that you get when you successfully outplay an opponent by utilizing your mechanics and game knowledge is almost unparalleled in video games. It's that exact feeling that has kept so many people in the ranked ladder, constantly trying to improve themselves and outdo themselves in the mechanics so that they can get that rush over and over again. The third aspect is a bit harder to define, as it is somewhat of a culmination of the previous two aspects that come together to make a whole new thing that I can only really name as flow. Flow is when all aspects of a champion come together in a way that make you want to make that initial commitment to them. It's a combination of every action that you make with a champion being immediately gratifying in some way. It can be first conceptualized in the mind of a player when the champion that they are playing just feels good to lane and fight with. Anything from their walking and idle animations, to how well they're able to farm due to their abilities, passives and auto attack animations. If you frequently read posts about the PBE, upon a new champion's release, you will see many people immediately react with their impressions of a champion's auto attack animations. Because as players, we are able to immediately recognize this and identify whether or not we like that particular aspect of a champion's flow. This then further spreads to how it feels to cast abilities in succession, through a combination of how much impact the ability has, how much damage it does, how much damage it prevents, how well it locks down opponents, and so on. Animations, as previously mentioned, and sound design. When all of these things click in our mind, then we know that we found a champion whose flow we can personally connect to. This is why people that value immediate gratification and cool plays are drawn to Riven, why slower and more methodical players might pick up Karthus, why those that rely on predictions and enjoy helping others play Janna, and why farmers like Nasus. It all culminates in your chosen champion becoming a platform through which you experience everything that League has to offer. Finding a specific champion or kind of champion that fits how you approach competitive scenarios is empirically important to enjoying yourself with League. So next time you're considering picking up a new champion, consider what it is that you actually want out of a champion, and if they are really going to give you that with their particular design, mechanics, and flow. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and that it gave you something to think about. If you've got anything to add to the tune of what you think makes a champion fun, then leave a comment below. Or you can just call me Weeb Trash. It's a free country. I hope you all have a lovely day.